Welcome back to this week weekly market update. So, as usual, we'll be going through what happened on the current last week performance and what things are going to happen on coming weeks. And also, do take note if you are trading on the US market, coming Monday is actually a public holiday. It's a President Day's holiday for the US side, so the market will be closed. So it's a 4 day trading week just to be cautious on the market itself. And before we go in, remember to share and like my Facebook page, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you guys will enjoy more on the weekly update as well. So let's start off with what happened on last week itself. We can see that on last Friday, right? Dow actually dropped more than 200 points. It went, stock form for 2 straight weeks as Russia-Ukraine tension rocked the market. So if you are trading on the market, right, you will be actually in a hard time at this moment due to these tensions. Because we can see that the market actually fluctuate uh, quite influenced by what the Russian decisions, right? The moment when he moved the troops near the border, right, the market dropped, and when Putin actually withdraw back the troops, right, the market went higher. And then right now they are testing the missile, and then the market drop again. So is it really the tension itself? I see this is part of the noise in the market. Overall, if let's say you're a long-term investor, you should actually value pick on certain stocks. But if you are more on the trader itself, right, please have a trading plan where is your stop loss and where is your take profit, right? So, so what happened? Not just on Dow, S&P, NASDAQ actually dropped 1.2% as well. So, of course, there's few things to watch out for. Uh, Actually, when we are talking about war, right? Crude oil actually went up, but energy stock is all right. It dipped on Friday. It's actually it's because it's at all-time high, right? When it reached $90, which I mentioned previously. So we'll look at the chart later. Not only that, certain counter which I mentioned, like Intel, actually also dropped. This is what we expected, right? We wanted it to drop to our demand zone level. Roku is dropped badly, 22.3%, and also one of the counter which is not in the news is actually DraftKings. DraftKings actually dropped badly as well. All right, so I think it dropped 70%. Yes, roughly on 70%. Based on the earnings report itself. So take note of few certain things. First, the US listed Chinese stocks will need Beijing approval right now. So meaning to say, right, if you are holding any Chinese US listed Chinese stock like NIO, like Aspen, those kind of electrical vehicles company, just to watch out, because right, the new rules required Chinese internet platform company with personal data of more than 1 billion users to get approval before listing overseas. So right now regulation is stepping in, and not only that, we can see that China, there's no reversal on China tech crackdown. All right, Xi Jinping is going to call for more work on the law itself to try to step more strictness on the regulation itself. And not only that, right? You think that Xi is not going to be the following president? I don't think so, because they going to have their president election in the July, 1st of July is their 100th anniversary, and it seems like Xi is going to be the third terms as a president as well. All right, so um, do watch out if let's say you are putting some hope on the Chinese US listed Chinese company. All right, so coming weeks, things to watch out. First is the Russia Monday public holiday. Second, Russia Ukraine's tensions. Third is the Fed hike. Correct or not? So this is all the things to watch out for, and then we are actually into the final earnings seasons with Home Depot, Macy. This one actually I charted previously lah. I mean, you can go to my YouTube or my Facebook channel, right? To go and type search Macy, you can see actually I predicted it reached my target level. So I'm seeing more high, but it should have some pull down. Right, as well as other energy company, most of the energy company actually hike up quite high. All right, hike up quite high. All right, so that's the things to watch out for the coming week. Lastly, right, why I mentioned on DraftKings, right, if let's say you are into this ETF, I'm not sure how many of you heard before, KD Wood. went on TV to defend her ARK funds. So ARK funds, right, is the best performance fund since 2020, basically last year, 2020, 2021. 2021 or 2020, I can't remember. All right, it's the best performer ETF, and that's why she's getting popular at the point of time. But then, right, till dates, I think ARK's ETF actually dropped badly, 60% down, if I'm not wrong. All right, so and their holdings, big tech shares like Teladoc, Roku, Roblox, all these actually dropped between 20 to 40%. All right, 20 to 40%. So what is these funds, right? You guys can read up. Is actually into innovations. All right, this fund is actually into the innovation ETF. So she believes those kind of innovations company and keep pumping money into this few stocks. DraftKings is one of them, even though it hold a not a very significant percentage, but it's still one of them. All right. So, however, those company, right, innovation meaning to say that price actually went up due to a promised revenue, but it doesn't seem like. And uh, there is one fund. It's called a Short Innovation ETF. It's SARK. If you guys don't know, it's launched by Turtles Capital Management. So it actually went up, jump up to 55% since it launched. Well, the ARK ETF declined 42%. All right, in the same time. So basically, it's a reverse call of ARK's ETF. So one's down, another will go up. All right. So we are looking into the funds. I mean, if let's say this is a good fund, it's dropped 42%, it's good for you to catch after all ETF. But this is only if you believe in the innovations company itself. And when with interest rate increase, right? Do take note interest rate increase um, due to the inflation rate have depressed the tech shares. All right, so you want to invest into the tech shares, please choose wisely, like those good tech shares, Microsoft, those kind of big company actually tank through the wave of it. All right, so we are done on the news itself. Let's go to the chart, and there's a couple of things just to share with you guys as well. So firstly, we will look into the bigger picture of Dow Jones Index. All right, so Dow Jones Index, right, which I mentioned many weeks ago, we will be trading between 35,400 to 33,000. Correct? Not? So right now, 33,000 is somewhere here. All right, but on 6 basically is last week, if I'm not wrong, or 2 weeks ago, I say that Dow Jones will be ding dong between these two levels. All right, 34,000 to 35,400, and right now we close at a 34,000 below. So Monday is on public holiday, President Day. Looking at a weekly chart perspective, it seems like it's going to crack down. So I will suggest that wait until for the candlestick to successfully break 34,000 when it open break below. We can then short it, and then we look at the next support level at 33,000. All right. So ultimately, right, if let's say it's a green candle, it's showing it's a green candle, it can be can be wiped down and then close green. So the closing candlestick is kind of like important as well with your stop loss as well lah. I mean, it's all about probability, right? So do take note, otherwise we'll still be in ranging until the rate came into play, which is on the March. All right, it's not far apart. It's just 2 to 3 weeks ago. Next, the decision of the rate hike will come into play, right? So it's not far apart. We might see another round before it come down. All right, we might see another round before it come down. All right, so this is my predictions on the DJI Dow Jones Index, which go same as to S&P. All right, but not on the NASDAQ, because NASDAQ is more on the very fluctuation on the interest rate hike. So next we'll be looking into gold. Why gold? I mentioned, right, I say that gold, I give a very confirmed saying that gold will actually break above. If you go and look at my last week video, just last week, all right, I said it will break. It will break. All right, it will break. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the profit as well. Correct or not? So last week, 1 2 3 4 5, 2 3 4 5. Okay, so market open here, came down, pull back. If you're long, you still benefit. All right, you still profited. All right, I say it will break. Correct or not? It will break 1008 and break above 193. Once it break above 1930. All right, so this is my level, my view for gold. Gold is the safe haven, right? I mean, if you guys can go and analyze on the some analysis from the bank itself, right? They are also giving target high target 2000 for gold itself. All right, so I say that once it's break above this level, this resisted level, tested one time, come, fail, supported one time, tested, fail, supported one time, third time break, sure break. All right, sure break. That's why I give a very high confidence the gold will break. So if you guys entered, continue to hold. We are looking at 1090.30. After that, we look at 2000 next level. All right, which is at a 78.6% FIBO. All right, gold is good to hold when we're having war intention, uncertainty in the market itself. All right, next we will be going to Russia 2000. Russia 2000, classic move for Russia 2000, which I mentioned. I think I put in my Telegram as well lah. So classic move, support, come down, resisted. All right, the first resisted level near the support level, first resisted, come down, tested second time, come down. All right, so this is going to be quite bearish for me at this point of time. I'm looking for tests somewhere around this level. All right, 1088. All right, so if we break below, then we will be looking in more on the downside itself. So supported at 1009, which is the whole figure. Break below 1009, we shall see 1750, 1770. All right, this is based on the Fibonacci core level itself. All right, so I'm more bearish on Russia 2000 index. All right, my call on here is more on the downside. All right, bearish move. So next we are looking into um something like, okay, what happened to Intel, right? Intel. Okay, Intel is messy lah. I mean the chart itself, because I draw quite long ago. So this is still the level. Okay, see, this is still the. I never do any amendment on the chart itself. You guys can go and watch out. All right, so this is the first demand zone. Right now, we can see based on the candlestick itself, right? It break. All right, it break below. This is the do not enter zone. It's because I know that it actually come into this zone, it bounce back. All right, it bounce back, it bounce back, it bounce back. All right, and a lot of people will definitely put their stop loss at this $42 level. Break below, chaotic, will come down. It might even breach this demand zone, go to 38 directly. All right, we know that chip shortage, we know, but this is a very well support level since global financial crisis 2009. All right, supported so many times, so many times. So I'm looking for it to break, eventually break 42, make a false weak signal coming to 38 before it bounce back. Once it recover back 42, I'm looking for slightly more longer terms to hold on to it. But this will depend on what's the chip uh, supply at a point of time. All right, it might take, this is a weak candle, it might take few weeks or maybe until end of this year, August. I'm not sure, I'm just predicting, right? I'm just predicting, but we should actually trade based on the chart itself. Do not long right now. This is what I can say. All right, based on the weekly candle, do not long right now. All right, it might have some reverse play, try to cover the gap, but it's just a short-term profit. I'm not going in. All right, so that's my call for Intel. Do not enter right now. All right, APPF, I mentioned 2 weeks ago in my all right, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I can't remember. All right, at the point of time, I said that it might have some bounce back because we are trading on the channel itself. It bounced back. All right, it didn't touch the top, it didn't touch the steep, but it's resisted and come down. All right, so the volume is getting high right now. Buyers on the downside. Once the 200 days give way, we should see 98, 88. So this is on the, I think it's on the weekly chart. All right, can you see now? Well supported once. The first kiss. All right, the red color candle form. Break below here. All right, the 106 minor support level. We might see the first target. All right, 9900. Followed by it go down. All right, we know that this is downtrend. We trade with the trend, right? Trend is always your friend. This is the uptrend. All right, and here right now we are at the downtrend side. All right, so what should we do? Pull back short, pull back short, pull back short, just like pull back long, pull back long, pull back long. All right, so trade with the trend, right? Some people like long-term investing, but trade with the trend is also considered long-term lah. All right, so you might not know how many weeks it will last. Okay, next, we are going to, okay, Facebook. I mentioned 2 weeks ago, do not catch the falling knife. Okay, right now it actually penetrate. This is the first signal to me. It penetrate my first 200 days resistance. Okay, so can you see that penetrate? I'm watching it closely. If it form few more red candle, then it's actually bearish. Right? I'm not going to enter, right? I mean, even though it form a red candle, I'm not going to enter. I'm seeing some news like that will it forms certain candlestick like a doji. All right, you guys can go read like a doji or a reversal candle, but this is actually based on what happens on the interest rate and what happened on the general market on the NASDAQ itself. So if let's say the overall company, the overall economy index is actually oversold, we might look for some rebouncing at this point of time. Correct or not? So it actually breached below. Right now, this is my monitor zone. Correct or not? So right now I'm monitoring Facebook closely. This is the weekly chart. I tell you it's very simple one. One more week, second week, third week Fed decisions on the March itself. Alright, correct or not? So it might feel 1, 2, 3, one more month. We are coming to April, we know the decision itself. So no hurry lah. I mean there's no hurry. You want to catch the falling knife, just be careful. Okay? So that's my call for Facebook. Wait for the candle to form. Alright, next is actually the Dkng. Dkng, I'm watching right, come down. I say it's my flag, come down. All right, support at 24. It break below, so we actually go. Okay, this is what I'm saying. TP 38, but it break below, so you should cut. Correct? You should cut. If you never cut, you don't have your strict trading strategy. Right now it's actually at 17. By right, you save yourself another $7 losses. So why stop loss is important? We are trading unless you are long-term investing like arts funds, you want to hold it, then I will buy in at the bottom and I will wait for you to be my cushions. Correct or not? So what's the point, right? So this is up to individual. So right now, right, for DKNG, right, what I'm looking at right now, uh right now is we can see that it's very forming a very bearish candle. All right, so it's actually penetrate all the previous bullish candle. So it penetrate, it continue driven down. All right, so I'm waiting for it where it actually bounce back. It's around $10, $12 area. All right, $10, $12 area. But this area at 17, right, is actually the 50% between these two Fibo on the weekly chart. What do I mean? People who are not sure, not very familiar what I'm saying, right? Take a look. Okay, so basically you just draw another Fibo here. Okay, can you see that? Between the biggest trend of 0 to 23.6% Fibo, right? You can actually draw a middle Fibo. You can see that it's actually at the 50% and cross below it. So right now we are looking at 61.8%, which I mean the 38.2 lah. I mean is the reversing part. We are looking at around $16. They might actually go down to $40. All right. So, but with the bad news itself, I'm not sure when will the market noise actually move off. So, but I know one thing is that if you enter right now, you are way beyond better than the upfront. Okay. So that is one of the good things. Unless she said that she's going to sell it off. All right. She's going to liquidate all the DKNG. All right, next counter which I mentioned is on, lastly, is on the charge point. Okay, so people who actually maintain, enter it, just be aware, like I say, right, it's not earning the money yet, but there's a call from JP Morgan. Basically, it's actually their target is $20. Right, so right now I think I give a call to buy below market 13. Right now it's still fluctuate at 30.85. So people who want to be try to onboard on this, right, you can actually onboard it, but please with a strict stop loss. All right, otherwise just like what DKNG, it can be drop and drop again. Okay, so just be cautious on this kind of selective counter. It's not the uptrend. Like I say, trade with the trend, right? Trend is a friend, but I'm buying on the outlook of this company itself. All right, EV is there, definitely we need charge point. Car is there, definitely we need petroleum, right? So it's the same thing. But when will the whole economy, whole country accept on it? When will this company start generating profit is another question, right? So just be aware. Long-term investor, I mean, just use 1 or 0.1% of your war chest, depend on your 1%. Buy a hope on it, buy a hope on it. But based on technical view, is on the upside, and fundamental view supported by JP Morgan. All right, so that's all for my view on next coming week. Just to take note, trade safely. If you do not know and you worry on the tension, stay aside, stay until the March, but you will always stay sideways. All right, so listen carefully on this video. If you got any questions you guys like to ask on certain counter, feel free to message me. Otherwise, join my Telegram group as well. So I'll post the latest news over there. All right, that's all. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye bye.